Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, you know it's not working without you guys. Let's get open for business here, and let's wake up those football guys. Wake up, guys. Wake up. Wake up. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. You know, it's kind of funny. Um, wow. Last night, watching the Cincinnati Bengals ending up taking it to the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, it's funny because in football, any given Sunday, as they say, any given Sunday, as they say, that you can either win or lose. And if you don't take these things seriously, you can definitely lose. Um, what's amazing to me now Cincinnati winning last night doesn't really hurt their spot. You know, they're still in the number three spot right now. Of course, Jacksonville right now, as we look over here, let's take a look. Jacksonville is still number one at 1-13. The Jets are number two at 1-13, tied right there with them. Cincinnati 3-10-1. How big is that tie that they had with the Eagles right there? They would definitely have a little more cushion had they ended up losing that game. We've got Carolina at 4, who's taking on the Washington football team. And of course, we're all rooting for Carolina to beat the Washington football team because it might help our position in here. But it would also help us as far as an opportunity to get in the playoffs. Let's make no mistake about it. We still, even though we're in second place in our division, because we lost both games to the Washington football team, we're really on the outside looking in. All Washington has to do is win any game, and we're out. We have to win both. They would have to lose both. And playing against the Carolina Panthers, not sure that that's going to happen, although that may be a revenge game for the Panthers. Who knows? But then again, could be a revenge game for Ron Rivera. So I wouldn't bet against Washington on that one. Atlanta Falcons. Wow. Talk about a team that literally cannot hold a lead. Atlanta. How many times this season have they had a lead and lost it? Houston Texans, of course, going to Miami. How sad is it for the Texans to know you're a top 10 pick and you got to give it to somebody else? And then we have the Eagles, 4-9-1, and then us. So the Bengals didn't hurt themselves as far as draft position, but they definitely hurt the Pittsburgh Steelers, who had started out 10-0. 10 and can you believe that? 10-0, and now I've lost three straight. And it makes you wonder, because we were close there with Pittsburgh. That game was in doubt going into the fourth quarter, and that should make you at least feel better that the Pittsburgh Steelers couldn't shut down the Bengals offense that we shut down. I know it's a moral victory, but hey, I'll take what I can get this year. But Juju Smith-Schuster, he did a TikTok dance at midfield pregame. He got jacked up during the game, and we're hearing that Mike Tomlin was not happy after the game. So, yeah. I think you just need to go out there and play. Just go out there and play, because anybody can beat you. And this, of course, is the beginning, actually day number 2 of Hate Week. I fired some shots across the bow at Philly 500. Let's see if he responds. Let's see if he mans up. Let's see if he comes at me. But this game is, this is not what we thought. When Philly and I were talking about having bets, and there's no hair bet, FYI. Eagle fan who said I'm going to lose my hair. I don't bet my hair. Y'all young pups, okay? I'm old school, YouTube here, okay? I'm 55. I don't do hair bets, okay? I don't bend the knee. I don't do hair bets. Forget about it, okay? You young whippersnappers, y'all can do that kind of stuff. Have fun at it. It's not going to happen. But when Philly and I were talking about looking at the season, we figured that Washington and the Giants would be in the toilet, and it would be the two of us fighting it out for the NFC East and playoffs. That's what we thought. That's what everybody thought. Well, just like Juju learned, don't go dancing at midfield, because it might come back to bite you in the ass. here we are right here. And basically, we're playing for playoffs or draft position. The team that wins keeps their playoff hopes, depending on Washington, alive for one more week. The loser helps solidify draft position. And I don't know which way to go. Oh, if we win, it's great. We're on a 3-game win streak. We get some momentum. We start feeling good about ourselves. But we help the Eagles. The Eagles could be moving on up in the draft position. And I hate the Eagles. I don't know what to do. But then again, I don't want to go into the offseason knowing that the Eagles beat us twice. So I'm on the side of winning. I want to demoralize the Eagles. I want to make them pay. I want to punish them. Yeah. And final note, did my camera have a hiccup here? Camera jump. Mike McCarthy was talking to Sean Lee. Sean Lee, who, had it not been for injuries, would have been an incredible linebacker. Was a great linebacker, even with the injuries. When Sean Lee was healthy, he was a beast, but unfortunately the injuries took away from him. Sean Lee, and I tried to find this clip this morning, but a couple years back, the linebacker coach had given Sean Lee an assignment, and Sean Lee actually pointed out what you're actually asking to do was an impossibility and proceeded to describe exactly why it was. And the coach was literally dumbfounded. Sean Lee had more knowledge about the defense and what's going on than the guy who was coaching him. Back in 2018, when we were first hearing rumors that he might retire, people looked at him and said, Sean Lee should be one that's going into coaching because of his knowledge. And of course, this year, you have to look at this as truly the end of Sean Lee as far as being a player on the field. And Mike McCarthy went to him, was talking to him yesterday and said, hey, if you are dumb enough to want to get into the coaching ranks, as in, brother, you know how much flack I'm ducking every day. Every day I'm having to dodge bullets and answering these questions and everything else. But if you want this, we should talk. Because he recognizes that Sean Lee's knowledge, ability, and drive are things that you want to pass on to your guys. If we had guys that played like Sean Lee, had the heart and the soul of Sean Lee, if we had 11 guys out there, our defense would be unstoppable. And I think Sean Lee would end up making a really, really good coach. Don't know if he's going to do that. He might decide, I'm done with football. Not sure he would be a guy that want to be in the booth because Sean Lee doesn't like doing interviews and things. But I would love to see Sean Lee becoming a linebacker coach for the Cowboys. And since we're looking at our defensive coaching staff changing, because basically we've heard rumors that Mike Nolan will be let go at the end of the season, we have to start figuring out what kind of defense we want to have and what kind of coaching staff. And what better person to have in there as a liaison between coaching and players, a guy literally fresh off the battlefield and into the coaching ranks. I'd be all for that one, and I think it would be a great move. So that's where we are right now. We'll see how the injury front looks going this week. It looks like Vander Esch is the biggest question mark for us with the leg injury. We'll have to wait and see how the MR came out from yesterday. He's not ruled out, at least not yet. It's a possibility, but we'll have to wait and see as the week goes on. They're, of course, off today. They won't get back on the field until tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see where Zeke is. I kind of feel like Zeke may have a sense of urgency to get back on the field with Tony Pollard having the game that he's had as well. But we'll have to wait and see. All right, y'all. I have got to get up here and do some more drywall work with my man Michael Anthony Fitness because I got to pay the bills. As they always tell me, don't quit your day job because there's no future for you here on YouTube. All right, y'all. Be good, and I'll see you soon.